Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to get this tag filmed because if you watch my channel, you know that COVID has hit our house. Thankfully, the boys have been spared so far. It is just Doug and I. I am happy to say I am back to 100%. Doug is at about 90%, so that's good. What else? Gonna try something with this tag. The boys wanted to be involved, so because we're all trying to be separate from each other and kind of isolated, they're going to film their own tag, and I'm going to try to put the clips into this one. So I don't know what's going to happen. It could be a hot mess. We'll see. But anyway, you know that now they are tagless Tuesdays or no tag Tuesdays. No tag, I think that's what we call it, no tag Tuesdays. We all just do the questions. We all just put the tags up because you all know we all talk. So Kim from A Girl on Her Phone is the one who did the questions this week. And we've noticed that a lot of us, all of us really, have had an influx of new subscribers in the new year. So Kim decided to do a in case you're new here tag and just some general questions about our lives and things like that. So this is a in case you're new here tag. So let's get started. Question number 1. Oh, by the way, Doug is not participating because he is at work today and he was off yesterday, so he doesn't really have a lot of time and we weren't sure we were going to do it. So maybe I'll try to give you Doug's answers. Number 1, do you have any pets and can you show them? Yes, we do. And yes, I can show them. Let's see if I can show this one without cutting away. Come here, baby. We have a dog named Aria. She was a rescue. We have a cat named Smalls. I'll put a clip in after I talk about Aria. And we also have chickens. Yes, there are pets as well as they provide us eggs. Oh, come here, Aria. I'm sorry, I took too long. So this is Aria. And I gotta say, she is literally the best dog in the world. We got her, she was pretty young when we got her as a rescue, but we really took the time and just really trained her well. And I mean, she is the biggest love bug. If you are sitting down, she wants to be on your lap and in your face, and you know, she just loves to be loved. But we really took a lot of time to train her. She is just the best dog. We could literally eat our dinner picnic style on the family room floor and she will just lay there. She will not try to take food. She will not bark at us. She will not do anything. She will lay there. If I'm in the kitchen cooking, which is, 23 hours a day, and I drop something on the floor and she's there, she will not touch it until I give her permission to touch it. I mean, she is just amazing. She just trained really well, and she's just the sweetest little baby ever. I mean, she's just so good and so nice. And, I run a home daycare. She tolerates those babies like you would not believe because they just love to love her. And sometimes they're not as gentle as they should be. And we talk about that, but she just is amazing. So that's my girl, my amazing little girl. Right, Aria? My beautiful, amazing little girl. And now I will show you Smalls, and I will put in a picture of the chickens. So this is our cat Smalls, and him and Aria are best buddies. They really do love each other. Smalls is named after the kid in The Sandlot. You're killing me, Smalls, because that's what we used to say. And also, when we rescued Smalls, he weighed less than a pound and was smaller than a soda can. He was diagnosed failure to thrive, and they didn't even know if he was going to make it, but he did, and he is like the coolest cat ever. He was so little and so young when we rescued him that he was never around other cats. He was only ever around Aria and our dog Chloe, who passed away. So Smalls kind of thinks he's a dog. Like, he knows the TREAT word and will come running. He will sit when you tell him to, for one. He is hysterical. He just, when we come in from being out, he runs to the door like a dog does. He's hysterical. He's a really, really cool cat. And like I said, these guys are best friends. Okay, on to question number 2. What jobs slash careers have you had and what do you do now? So my very, very first job lasted, I think, 1 or 2 days. I worked at a place called the Orange Bowl in the mall. It was like a food snack stand type place. Lasted 2 days. Yeah. Then senior year of high school, I started working in a dental office, which was awesome because I knew that's what I wanted to do with my life. So after college, I went back to the dental office and I have worked as a dental assistant, dental office manager, dental hygienist, you name it, I've done it. So in the dental field, that is. In 2014, my doctor retired, my dentist, and I was with him for 23 years. And I just felt at the age of like, what was I, 47, 49? I don't know, however old I was. I just did not want to go to a new office and have to like relearn somebody else's ways. My doc and I could pretty much, he was my work husband. We could read each other's minds. We could finish each other's sentences. I was his radar. I knew what he wanted before he knew what he wanted. And I just could not fathom working for someone else. So I retired and I ended up starting a little home daycare. So that's what I am doing now. I am on my way to retirement with that. I used to have 5 kids full time. I do not anymore. As they go to school, I am not replacing them. So right now I have 4 kids, 2 are part-time and 2 are full-time. So that's what I do now. So Doug's answer for this question would be, when Doug was in high school, he worked for a florist. He just did all the scut work, cleaning up and putting flowers in buckets and things like that. And then when he got his license, he drove. Doug worked there for like 30 years. Even, during college, even after college, when he had his real career and things like that, he still went back every holiday and drove for them and things like that. I think he finally stopped doing it when Andrew was a couple years old because it was just getting too hard, like having the kids and all that. But yeah, he's still on such good terms with them and we're really friendly with them. So it's kind of cool. Now he's a designer for an engineering group. He works for a company called Xylem. They make industrial pumps. I don't know if you remember back in Pennsylvania a couple years ago when those miners were trapped. It was Doug's company that saved their lives. But because they were miles off site, you never knew it. They brought in pumps quickly, efficiently, and emergency-based to continue to pump the mine out so they would not drown. So it was really, really cool. They received a bunch of awards for it and all that. So their tagline is "They solve water." So that is the division that Doug works in, and he loves it. He's been there it'll be 21 years in May.
I'm a full-time student, and I mean, during the summer, I did do lifeguarding and was an assistant manager at my swim club. But besides that, I'm just a full-time student.
Full-time student. I've had multiple jobs over the summer, from summer custodian at local middle schools, to lifeguard, to a manager, to swim coach. I've been all over the place, but right now I'm a full-time student.
Question number 3. Name something embarrassing that has happened to you. I've been thinking about this and I really can't think of anything. I really can't. I've been thinking and thinking and thinking, and luckily I can't think of anything embarrassing, so we'll skip that one. I asked Doug about something embarrassing and he couldn't come up with anything either. So yeah, maybe that's a good thing, right?
I would say breaking the porch a couple Christmases ago, because that was just funny, but it was also kind of embarrassing, like falling off and breaking the railing. Everyone laughing at you.
I mean, this one time when I was like 12 or 13, we went to the boardwalk and we had Manco and Manco pizza, and there was a sign in there that said no outside beverages permitted. And I thought that meant that when you bought a drink in there, you couldn't take it outside. And I tried explaining that to my mom, and she just found that hilarious, and I didn't realize that it meant you can't bring drinks inside that you previously bought. So I felt really dumb when I said that.
Still follows you to this day.
Yeah, it does.
Number 4, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Well, we definitely want to move. We have a 10-year plan. I'm not sure of the where. I'm really thinking West Virginia is where we're really, really thinking. It's more of where, not the location, but where, like, we just want some more land. You know, we live in the suburbs, and I just want a little bit more land. We want to expand the garden, expand our livestock ventures, you know. Like right now we have 8 chickens. We'll double that, not quite double that in the spring, but we're gonna get like 6 more, and then we'll kind of max out at that. But we would love to have a goat. We would love to have, you know, just a few more little things. So definitely someplace with more land and more out in the country than in the suburbs. Probably West Virginia. That's a thought. That's one of the places we are seriously looking at. And as far as where Doug could live, I'm going to answer that for him. Wherever I am. No, I'm just kidding. We are totally on the same page with that, and he really would like West Virginia area. Definitely more land and a little bit more rural than we are now.
Let's see, if I could live anywhere, somewhere cold all the time or most of the time, so either like Maine in Canada, somewhere that's cold, just somewhere that's cold.
I'd probably go for like Massachusetts or like somewhere more northern. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the cold, but like I just like the areas up there.
Areas are nice.
Number 5, do you see the glass half empty or half full? I can go either way. I have my moments. But I really, for the last year and a half, with everything going on in the world, I've really been focusing on the positive and trying to see the glass half full. Because there is just always, always something to be thankful for. There is always something to look forward to, and there is always something to be grateful for. So I try to find the best in every situation. So I would say definitely glass half full. My husband is the eternal optimist. I don't think one day has ever passed where Doug has not seen the glass as half full. He is always so positive, no matter what, and definitely the eternal optimist. So for him, it isn't even half full. It is full and overflowing. And I love that because it helps balance out my craziness.
Glass is always definitely half full for me.
Depends on the situation, I would say, but the glass is usually half full. Or I just don't care. I just drink what's in the glass.
Number 6, where were you raised and where do you live now? I was raised in South Jersey in a little town called Paulsboro, Billingsport to be exact. And I lived there. Doug and I bought our first house there, actually right next door to my mom and dad. And then we sold that house after less than a year, and we moved to a town like 2 towns away called West Effort. We lived there for 12 years, and then we came back to Doug's roots, which is Gibbstown, New Jersey. So still in South Jersey, still within just a few miles of where we grew up. You know, we're small town people. Everybody knows your name. Everybody knows your business. But that's okay. It's community. I just wish we had a little bit more space. That's what I hope. And Doug grew up in Gibbstown. Actually, his very first house was literally 4 houses down from where we built our house. And then he moved to the other end of town. And then, of course, with me to Paulsboro and West Effort and all that. So he's back to where he started.
Born and raised in New Jersey.
Born and raised in New Jersey, in our hometown. never really left this place. I mean, we moved here when I was 4, you were 2, came from West Deptford, but other than that, we've been here basically our whole lives.
Yeah, pretty much. We just moved a couple towns over. I don't even have recollection of the old house we used to live in. I only ever remember living in this house. So yeah,
Small.
small.
Number 7, are you afraid of snakes? Heck yes. That is my biggest fear. I'm not afraid of bugs. I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm not afraid of any of that. I am deathly afraid of snakes. Yes. Doug, not afraid of snakes. Me, scared to death of snakes.
I'm not afraid of snakes.
Yes, I am afraid of snakes.
They're not that bad.
Snakes are awful things.
They're not that bad.
No.
Spiders are worse.
Number 8, do you have any siblings and where do you fall in line? I do. I am the youngest of 4 children. I am the baby. My oldest sister was 18 when I was born. She passed away back in 2015 and I miss her terribly. Her name is Arlene. Then next is my brother Joe, and following Joe is my sister Jean. She is 8 years older than I am, and then me, the baby. Now with Doug, he's also the baby, but his family's opposite. Instead of 3 girls and a boy, they have 3 boys and a girl. So he has, and the opposite falls exactly in line. His oldest brother John, and then his sister, Nancy, and then his brother, Wayne, and then Doug. So we are both the babies of the family, and we're reminded quite often that we were the most spoiled. I said, we're only the babies because they had us, they realized they had perfection, and they stopped.
I feel like this is a very obvious question, a very obvious answer. You guys know all about this. I'm the oldest, he's the youngest.
That's pretty self-explanatory.
Number 9, did you attend college and what was your major? Yes, I went to local community college because they had the 2-year associate's degree program in dental hygiene. Doug went to tech school for design and he's still doing that today. So he is a design engineer and he's been working from home for almost 2 years. So both kind of stuck to I did dental for 30 years or so and then finally gave that up. And I finally, in December, even though I haven't done it since 2014, I finally gave up my licenses. I stopped doing my continuing ed and everything, and I let my licenses lapse. So that was hard. It was hard. It was harder than I thought it was going to be, but I did. So yeah, so Doug went to Lincoln Technical Institute. That was the name of his school.
I am still in college. I attend Mount St. Mary's University, and I actually graduate this May. Couldn't be more excited.
I am a sophomore, 2nd semester. I am studying psychology and a criminal justice minor.
Number 10, have you ever played sports, either team or individual? Yes, I did. Now, when I was young, sports were not a big thing for youth. For boys, they were. Like, there was baseball and basketball, but not really for girls. Girls had pretty much cheerleading. Like, none of the towns I grew up around or in had softball or anything for girls, and girls really didn't play Little League then. Basically, you had cheerleading. So I did do some cheerleading back when I was little, but high school was really where I started sports, and I did field hockey and softball my high school years. Love field hockey. If I could find an adult league and I didn't think I'd kill myself, I'd still be playing field hockey. That's how much I love it. Doug was not a sports kid. He did do marching band for a while in high school. That was his thing, was marching band. And we both did the musicals in high school and choir and stuff like that. I know it's not a sport, but it's still an extracurricular. And you know what? Some kids just aren't sports kids. Some kids are drama and band and choir kids. So we were both, or I was both. So
I have played a multitude of sports ever since I was a wee lad and up to now. Consists of like t-ball, soccer, still doing cross country and track, but basketball, swimming, just a lot of things. But yeah, I have done lots of sports and still do.
There's way too many sports that I've done to count.
Yeah.
Football, swimming, baseball, soccer, track.
Yeah, lots of things.
Lots of stuff to count. And I still do it. Track and field in college. Last season.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
that is it. That is all 10 questions. I have no idea how this tag is going to look with all of us filming different and things like that, but hopefully it's not too horrible. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with us today. Thank you for watching. You have no idea how much we appreciate it. And that's about it. And also, thank you so much for all of your thoughts and prayers during our illnesses. We felt them, they helped. We are blessed to have recovered so quickly and to not have been very sick. So we feel very, very blessed about that. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you check on the description box below. There's a whole bunch of channels listed and pretty much everybody down there is doing the tag. So go check their channels out and see what they have to say for this No Tag Tuesday.